It is Tam from the Toxic Sugar YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to clean your rings from this dirty mess to this clean and sparkly once again. This tutorial is extremely simple and it only takes about half an hour of time. And even better yet, most of that half hour you're not even really doing anything. You're just letting it soak. For this, you do not need to use all of the same materials and brands that I use, but for the same results that I get, I would highly suggest using these because I have found that this works the absolute best. The number one thing that I would not substitute at all would be the cleaning soap. I used to go and get my ring cleaned all the time because, you know, it get really dirty and gross, and depending on where you buy your ring from, they don't always include free cleanings with it. For example, my ring from the wedding ring shop, they clean it for free every 6 months. Where I got this one from, they do not offer free cleanings, so I needed to figure out how to do it myself. But I have found a method and products that work perfectly for me, so I've decided to share it, and I'm sure it'll work just fine for you as well. Let's go to the tutorial now. For this, I use the following items. I use Dawn Ultra Platinum. This is the foaming one. The Dawn Ultra Platinum Erasing Dish Foam. I use this specifically because I've noticed that this rinses off the absolute cleanest and it gets really into all of the little nooks and crannies. We also need an old toothbrush. This one is super ratty because I've used this to clean my ring for probably the last year or so. Alright, and then finally, we're going to need one small dish filled with warm water and one full pump of the Dawn Ultra Platinum Erasing Dish Foam. I like to use warm water because I've noticed that it really does clean my rings a lot better than just regular old cold water. I should also mention that this is filtered water and not just regular tap water. Tap water will work just as fine as well, but I prefer filtered water. I don't know if it actually does make any difference, but I feel like it does make a difference. This is the easiest thing ever. You're going to take your dirty ring and just plop it into the water. And you're just going to leave it like this for 20 to 30 minutes. The way I see it is the longer the better, because then it has more time to really soak, and you know, all of the gunk and just grossness from all of the built up time being on your finger kind of just gets loosened up and everything, so you don't have to scrub as hard to get it as clean. So I will follow up with you guys in half an hour, and because of movie magic, it'll be done right now. And now it is done! Soaking at least. Now that this is done, we're just going to fish this bad boy out. Don't let the water and everything fool you. It is still extremely dirty. So we're going to take a closer look at this now. You can still see all the dirt and grime and everything, but it looks shinier because it is still wet. I do have a fan in that direction, so if you hear the humming, I do apologize. But we're going to be scrubbing this now. I can't say washing. So water is back, and we're just going to be washing this out. I just put that in. Time for the toothbrush. Putting your finger on top of the jewel, you're going to take your wet toothbrush and then gently start scrubbing it. So I like to make sure I get into all the little nooks and crannies, because if you don't, that's that many more places that are going to be missed, and it's not going to be as shiny and as clean, and you know, why go through all of the effort of cleaning it if you're not going to do a good job, right? I'm just making sure I get into the little sides over here. Before I get to doing the jewel, I'm going to get the other side cleaned up as well. You want to make sure that you're doing this relatively gently though. Failure to do it gently can actually dislodge the jewel, and you know, to reset these things, it's not exactly the cheapest thing in the world, so you know, just be gentle. I'm going to clean the front before I clean the back. And then with this, I just lightly take my brush and in a circular motion, much like brushing teeth, I just kind of make a little buffing circular motion in both directions. And then what this does is it actually gently cleans the top of the jewel. Okay, and then I go over to the band. You can't see it, but the band actually has a few diamonds as well. And then once again, just making sure that we're really, really just gently scrubbing it, cleaning it up, making sure that it shines and sparkles like the day you bought it. And then we're just gonna dunk it. And then, can you see how much cleaner it already looks? And we're not even done yet. Next, we're gonna be doing the inside. the inside part. Once again, just be sure to put your finger on the jewel when you're doing this. You do not want to dislodge your jewel. And then being very careful, take your toothbrush and gently massage the jewel. And you're going to do this on both sides because you want to make sure this is super clean. Once again, why go through the effort if you're not going to do it properly? What I'm doing now is I'm actually cleaning off the little diamonds on the ends. There's not enough space for me to really properly do the circular thing. So this, while it may not be the most effective way to clean it, or the most thorough I should say, at least gets the job done. You can actually see how dirty the water is now. And what I do is I make sure that I inspect it kind of closely. Inspect it kind of closely to see if I can see any signs of any dirt I missed or anything. And I don't see anything. Even though I can't find any dirt or imperfections or anything, I'm just going to scrub around the inside one more time just because I can't get as close as I would like to, as I normally would, because of the camera setup. So I'm just going to scrub this one more time and make sure that it is super clean. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rinse this off in the sink and then leave it out to dry. The ring is now squeaky clean, but because it's still wet, I'm going to leave it out to dry in front of the fan. I don't know if it catches very well on camera, but there are little particles floating around, and this is all gunk from the ring. I will follow up with you guys as soon as the ring is completely dry, and I will show you how bright and sparkly it looks now. It has been about another half hour and the ring is dry. Look at how much cleaner it is. Look at how it sparkles. It is just gorgeous. And just look at how sparkly it is now compared to before. And that is how I clean my ring. It is so much shinier and you can actually see through it now as opposed to the opaque white mess it was before. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button for more content and let me know down in the comments below. Have you tried this yet? If so, what were your results? I've always had amazing results using this technique. So